Okay, people have asked me to show them how I make data entries or journal entries for when I'm going through the Bible in 30 days. This is the easiest way to have it set up. Basically, you start off day 1 to 30. So ideally, you start on the first day of the month, and we pick the days of the month that have 30, the months that have 30 days. So September, we have 30 days, and then November is 30 days. So this is day 1, September, and then your start time, let's just say for the fun of it, you started at 7 a.m. And then the next category is what you read. So we're reading from the book of Acts, chapter 1. Acts chapter 1. And then we save a spot for total time spent, TTS, total time spent. So at the end of the day, and basically we allow from whatever time you start till 12 a.m. is your cutoff. Okay, you can't go into the wee hours of the morning. Your cutoff is 12 a.m. that day. So September 1st, started at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're starting with Acts 1, and then here's your total time. So before midnight, let's just say you go to bed at 10 o'clock and you're like, oh, I finished off. I actually finished the entire book of Acts, and now I am starting in Romans chapter 1. My total time spent might be 1 hour and 45 minutes. Not too bad. You did Acts, and it's realistically, that's probably a good gauge. You're probably in that 2-hour range for Acts, but this is just an example. Acts, and then you're into Romans chapter 1. On day 2, you write down September 2nd, and let's say you're starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. And this is important to keep track of the times that you're starting, not so much the times that you finish. We don't care about that. We care about what time you started. Don't know why I wrote down 9 a.m. twice. Maybe that was supposed to be 0, 0. So 9 a.m. and then you're at Romans chapter 1. So usually what I do is if I end on Romans chapter 1, the next day I will start on Romans chapter 1. That way it's nice and fresh. So let's say I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night and I finished Romans chapter 16, and it only took me 45 minutes total time. So you lost that time now. You don't have an hour and 15 minutes to carry over to the next day. What we're doing is we're trying to get you to the point where you can read 2 hours in a day. So it doesn't matter what you're reading here. That's not important at the moment, especially for this 30 days. What's important is this time right here. Why? Because 2 hours a day will get you through the entire Bible in 30 days. If you're only doing it for 45 minutes, that's a different schedule. But what we're doing is we're trying to get you up to that point of 2 hours. So on day 3, September 3rd, you found that you started early at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're starting at 1 Corinthians, and you found out by the end of the day, you're actually in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, let's just say. If you get to chapter 2, you just continue on chapter 2 the next day. You don't have to start at chapter 1. But you find out that, wow, you read for 2 hours. That's amazing. So what was different in the last 3 days? Well, 1, you started at 7, you got an hour and 45, not bad. You started at 9 o'clock in the morning, you found you were only able to read 45 minutes because life got in the way. You started at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you found that you were able to read for 2 hours. This is gold. And what we want you to do is we want you to circle the times that you hit your 2 hour. That means it's completed. So at the end of, what do we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So September 16th, that's basically 2 weeks in. Again, you let us know what time you started. This is more for yourself, for accountability, where you're at, and then how long it took you. And then what you want to look at is over a period of 2 weeks, how many times did you actually get to 2 hours? If over 2 weeks you only hit 2 hours once, that's where your issue is. This is why you're not able to get through the Bible more than once a year. It's because you're not spending enough time in the Bible. And it's not a crime. It's just now you're being honest with yourself. You're going, I thought I was reading 2 hours a day, but I found out I'm only reading 45 minutes a day. Well, that's okay. That's a 60-minute, or that's a 60-day plan. That's okay. But now you know in 2 weeks, you only read on average 45 minutes to 1 hour. That's okay. You learn this in 2 weeks. But if you found that every day you're circling 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, by the time you get to week 3, which is like halfway here, you're going to see light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to be like, man, I can actually do this. I can actually do this. And again, we want to keep track of all your time. So you should be able to have every single day all the way up to day 30. So this would be September 30th right here. So really what a person should do is just fill this all out all the way up to 16 and then all the way up to 30. And then you just fill it in. And if there's days where you miss, you just draw a line. So let's say it's September 5th. And you're like, I'm just being honest here. I never read anything on that day. That helps you over a period of 2 weeks. You now know, okay, I'm being real honest with myself. Here's what's been happening. And on September 5th, maybe that's a Saturday, or what is that? That's a Friday. You're like, oh, on Friday, I remember I had something to do Friday night, and I took that day off for Bible reading. No Bible reading that day, or I only read a couple of chapters, not even worth keeping track of. That's okay. You're being honest. Maybe you're on holidays. Maybe you're traveling, whatever it is. But our goal for this 30-day period is to assess where you are at and find the holes. Find out what's going on, because otherwise you're not being honest with yourself. You're saying to yourself that you're reading every day. You're telling yourself you're reading 2 hours a day, but you're getting frustrated. This will remove the frustration, because now it's almost like a mirror. Now you're going, oh, okay, Fridays suck for me. I can never read on a Friday. Well, now you know that's okay. So what you should focus on then is Monday to Thursday, making sure you're staying at that 2 hour mark. Because what I have factored in is over a period of 30 days, you get 3 off days. 3 days off. Meaning you can lose 6 hours and still be able to read the entire Bible in 30 days. I know, it's amazing, right? So on September 5th, you had your 1 day off. You're allowed 3 days off. I'm giving you guys some slack here because I know you can do it. But it only works if you're reading 2 hours a day. So right now you are 2 hours behind. So there's your free day. So now you only have 2 days left to slack off. 2 days. So really what I would do is I would spend the next 2 weeks not taking a day off, and then here you have a chance you can take off 2 days somewhere in here. Maybe you're like, I need to break it off. I need to get a little bit of a break on day 2 and then on day 3, and you're still okay. You're still okay. You just go, yeah, on this day I'm not reading, and on this day I'm not reading, and that's okay. I'm trying to set you guys up for success. This isn't punish yourself every single day. This is supposed to be fun. And what's going to happen is, and this has happened to me, I haven't missed a day of reading in 3.5 years. I haven't. So what happens when life gets in the way, I end up reading late at night or at supper time or whenever I have some downtime, whatever it is, wife's busy doing something else. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to read for a half an hour. But the easiest way, and this is the secret sauce, the window is between 5 and 9 a.m. That's the secret sauce window. So if you could read from, let's say, 5 till 7, 6 till 8, 7 till 9 o'clock for 2 hours, man, your life is going to go so easy when it comes to Bible reading, because now you have 22 hours left in your day to work, to do your projects, if you're working in your backyard, if you're traveling, whatever it is. You have 22 hours to accomplish all that other stuff. Why? Because you gave God your first of your time. Because we all know after 9 o'clock, life gets busy. I know my life gets busy after 9 because I send out emails every single day. And it gets crazy because you're answering phone calls and all this kind of stuff. And then after about 3 p.m., 5 p.m., things start to slow down again. So I'm telling you this from experience, and I haven't missed a day in 3.5 years. That's not to say I've always read between 5 and 7 o'clock, but I've always read. And the best times for me is right here. The worst times for me are after 10 o'clock at night. It's very difficult because you're exhausted, you're tired, and you need to go to sleep. And then the final thing for this video, and hopefully this helps you out, is use a timer on your phone. On your phone. Why? Because we have selective amnesia when it comes to how much time we actually do read. And you're going to forget. You're going to forget to turn on your timer. You're going to forget to turn off your timer. But we're developing habits. I know this has happened to me where I'll start the timer and then I go make a cup of coffee and then I have to answer a phone call or do something. I'm like, oh, it's an hour. My timer's been going for an hour, but I'm still on Acts chapter 1. So that means I wasn't actually reading. So the timer actually helps keep you honest as well. What I'm asking you to do is when you start the timer, start it when you're actually starting to read. So when you get to Acts 1 and you're like having your Bible out, all ready to go, then just click your timer, start your timer. And then when you get up to go to the bathroom, answer a phone call, you go to make yourself breakfast or you're traveling back home, whatever it is, stop your timer as soon as you close your Bible, which is what I would encourage you to do, because a closed Bible means you're not reading it. If it's open, that means you're reading it. So I would suggest to you that when you get up to leave, to go do something else real quick, close your Bible. That's your indicator that you're not reading. Because I'm telling you, what will happen is you'll leave your Bible open and you're like, oh, I need another pen, and you leave and you forget that your Bible's open and you have the timer running, and then your time is all messed up now. It's not honest anymore. So close your Bible. That tells you that your timer should be stopped. When your Bible opens, that means your timer should be on. And this pattern will help you. This is like habit stacking. We're teaching you how to habit stack so that it becomes routine. Whatever you need to do in the morning first, like what I do is I put my Bible in the kitchen, or I leave my Bible on the kitchen table before bed beside my journal, and then in the morning I make myself a cup of coffee. As I'm making myself a cup of coffee, I'm getting everything ready. I'm opening up my Bible, opening up my journal, writing down the time that I'm ready to start, all this stuff. Grab my coffee, sit down, and then I just sit there for like 45 minutes to an hour straight. Take a little break, refill your coffee, whatever it is, Close it. Remember, stop your timer. Go get another coffee. Come back. Start your timer. Open up your journal, or your Bible, I should say, and you continue. Once you're done 2 hours, you're done. Stop. Don't read for 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Why? Because we're teaching you habits. We're rewarding yourself. So hopefully that helps out. If it has, let me know in the comments. I'm telling you, I've read the Bible 22 times in the last 3.5 years. These habits have helped me get through the entire Bible in 30 days, and that's my goal, is to help you with little golden nuggets to help you get through the entire Bible. Thanks for watching.